Joining us now, fresh off being named the 10th member of the Clemson program ever to be named to the AFCA Good Works team earlier this morning, is running back Adam Randall. Y'all fire away with questions whenever you're ready.
What was it like when you heard the news that you made the Good Works team?
I was excited, blessed. Appreciate them nominating me and selecting me. Means a big deal, especially to me and my family. You know, just that's something that I've been, conscious of since I've been in college, making sure that I make an impact on my community. Shout out to my parents and my family. I mean, they already had, a foundation set up before I came to college, so I kind of just, took off, pick up and ran with that, the Randall Foundation, ever since I've been in college, and it's just kind of grown since I've got notoriety throughout my college career.
How comfortable now? It seems like with each game you're getting more and more comfortable at the running back position. Your just thoughts so far on how you played, and if that's true.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting more comfortable. More experience, more reps definitely helps. I feel like Georgia Tech was a better game for me through the three that we've played. It definitely takes time back there. Just getting a little bit more comfortable. It moves a little bit quicker. I feel like maybe Troy week I was moving a little bit too fast in the backfield, and now Georgia Tech I kind of was a little bit more patient, but it's definitely still things that I can improve on.
Is that the hardest thing, the patience, waiting for your linemen to get over there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely it's a little bit different, running gap scheme concepts. You got power and you got people pulling, and you just want to make sure you give those guys a chance to get around so that they can make their blocks. So, so I think, just over time I'm just going to continuously get better. And like I said, there's always things that you can improve on.
Adam, what's going through your head when you get the ball in a 3rd and 22 situation?
Usually it's not conventional to have 3rd and 22 downs, but just really just go through my process, just press the block and make the opportunity the best that I can, and if I see daylight, go pick it up. And I mean, that's what I had the opportunity. It was really well blocked. Got Bancourt down the field having a hell of a block for me, and just making one guy miss, and that's all it took for me to go get it. So it wasn't anything supernatural. Just doing my job.
Adam, after 2 home games, what do you think about the new gathering at the Paw tradition? Do you like waiting and having that moment with your team, or do you miss the fans storming out there?
I do like waiting. I also, know it gives our guys an equipment and, medical an opportunity to get like our helmets and stuff up, because, in years past I've definitely been giving them my helmet like with 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter because they've been trying to take them. But now, I'm just really excited that they still get to come out there, because, that's just a big tradition, and I don't want that to stop. But I do like the fact that we have the opportunity to have, a moment with the team. But then, when the fans come out there, that's when it's like, it really makes it fun as well, So I wouldn't stop having them come out there, but it also is good to have that moment with the team right after the game.
Trying to steal the helmets?
In years past, yes, I've heard about them trying to steal helmets. So they'll come up and collect your helmet, and they'll tell you to kind of hold it tightly if you still have it while they come out there. But shoot, if I was a fan, I would want to steal a helmet too.
The past 2 games off has kind of gotten off to a slow start, I guess. What's kind of contributed to those early lows in these past 2 games?
Just routine plays. We're not making the routine plays. The layups, as Coach Swinney would say. I think that, we just gotta, just get back to the basics, and I think that's what we're doing this week. I think that, if we continue to get better and, make those layups, we're going to be one of the best offenses in the country. We just gotta, do the mundane routine things, every single time we get out there on the field, and, hone in on those small little details, and I think that will be fine.
What does it mean to have Walker back now full time on that offensive line?
It's really good to have all those guys healthy. Walker, I think we're getting T. Lee back this week out there at practice, and it's exciting to have a lot of those guys back at practice, and so I'm just excited to have those guys up front back, and they make a difference for me, and I really appreciate those guys.
How is the confidence for the offense right now, and for veteran guys
guys, kind of what's the message to younger players to not get discouraged by some of the adversity you're facing?
I mean, football comes with adversity. I mean, if you play it long enough, you're going to lose games. I mean, this is not the start that we thought that we were going to have, but, I mean, it's the start that we have. And, you know, looking forward, you just got to continue to try to win try to win the day. You know, we're trying to win a game this week. And, I mean, Coach Swinney said it yesterday, if we were 3-0, we would still have to win this game this week. So, I mean, our eyes are set on Syracuse and trying to get a W this week.
What would you say the confidence level of the offense is right now?
I have complete confidence through the roof in the offense. I know what we have, and I know what we can do, and I know the energy that we bring. I just think we just got to go out there and execute it on Saturdays, and I think that we'll get it done. And you know, I'm really, really confident in our group. We just got to go out there and play better, and I think that we will. And once that starts to happen, we'll start to gel, and you know, the country will start to see how explosive. And I mean, the country knows, and you know, they've seen how explosive we are. We just got to go out there and do it, you know, and play better. And I think that we got the guys that we need to do it, and they just got to go out there and do it.
You guys don't have, I guess, a margin of error in the ACC play after the first two losses of the season. How do you kind of not let that, I guess, that pressure kind of affect you guys and just maybe speed you guys up and maybe and prevent you from doing like the routine things that you said you guys have to do?
Yeah, so I mean, when you're having a one-game season every week, it's no margin for error. So I mean, if you win this one, I mean, that's the end of the day. Just drilling that into those guys, and you know, making sure that everybody's honed in on this week and what we got to do this week to win. And I think that we just. Right now, it's not the best to look at things big picture. I think it's the best to just look at things right in front of us. So things that we can control and things that we can get done. And I think that this week we can control on winning this game and going into the bye week and regrouping and coming out, you know, a hungrier team and a team ready to fight back.
You've been called a leader by your coaches and teammates. How have you kind of seen the leaders on this team step up over the past 3 weeks?
The leadership on this team is exceptional. We are a band of brothers, and we know what we need to do to get this thing done. And I think that the leadership has been so good throughout the year. Guys look to us to, you know, when things are going wrong. And I think that the way that we carry ourselves it really shows how like we've been taught. You know, a lot of guys that are leaders in this program, they've been in this program for years, so they've been through the up and downs. So I think that, you know, the character that the guys have, it really shows through the tough times and the adverse times.
Coach Swinney called you a bright spot earlier this morning. What does that do for you as far as, you know, obviously Swinney has even said himself, hey, it's not the start to the season that we had anticipated, but him calling you a bright spot, what does that mean and what does that do for y'all?
I mean, you know, I appreciate Coach Swinney. You know, shout out to him. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time. I mean, and he's definitely hard on us. I mean, and he knows that we haven't had the start that we wanted. And, I mean, as a team, we know that. And, I mean, me being a bright spot has nothing to do with the team success. So I think that, you know, the team success is the biggest thing that we're trying to work on right now. And like I said earlier, I mean, I hate to just keep saying it, but, you know, we just got to continue to win this week. And I think that looking at putting our eyes set on Saturday, trying to go dominate an opponent in our home field is the biggest thing that we need to be focused on.
Anyone else for Adam? All right, Adam. Thanks for your time, man.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, Adam.